Good morning and welcome to today's discussion. Today we will discuss difference equation part 1. In this discussion we will cover discrete time and differences, difference equation, solution of first order difference equation. And you can follow the book of Chiang, that is Fundamental Methods of Mathematical Economics. Now before coming to the difference equation, let me introduce the concept of discrete time and differences. In the chapter of differential equation, the time period considered was continuous. We have already discussed that. And derivatives were used to find out the time path. That means at least one derivative or dy dx was there. Now, if the time period is discrete, t or time will take the integer values. Means t can take the value equal to 1, 2, 3, etc. Then t value will indicate the periods, not the points. So in this discrete case, derivatives are not applicable. For discrete case analysis, differences will be used. Proceeding further, every chapter and some symbols are used for representing the calculations. Now here we are dealing with the differences, and differences are represented by delta. So delta yt is called the first difference of y. So first difference, second difference, third difference you have to consider here. So let us start with the very first chapter, that is the first difference, which is represented by delta yt. So delta yt means yt plus 1 minus yt. So where yt is the value of y in period t and t plus 1 for the period immediately after t. Now coming to the definition of difference equation, an equation that shows the relationship between consecutive values of a sequence and the difference among them. You can take the example delta y equal to 2. We can use that original or equivalent example like this: yt plus 1 minus yt equal to 2, or delta yt equal to minus 0.1 yt, etc. So you can take some more example from your textbook. So this is the definition of difference equation. Now you can easily compare this difference equation with your differential equation. There we had dy dx, at least one differential in the equation, but here at least one difference is present. So as here we have only t plus 1 and t, this is the first difference. We will be adding some more point on it. Now we can further clarify the first order and second order difference equation as we have done in case of differential equation 2. First order difference equation means presence of first difference only, that is yt plus 1 minus yt. In the given equation you can see yt plus 1 minus yt equal to 2. So yt is the value of y in period t and yt plus 1 just the next period, and the gap is 1 year. That's why it is a first order difference equation. Now second order, that means presence of second difference. You can see the example: yt plus 2 plus a1 yt plus 1 plus a2 yt equal to c. So there are 3 subperiods, but the gap is 2 years. That's why it is a second order difference equation. Now we will go for the solution of first order difference equation. I think you are clear about the meaning of solution of differential equation. Similarly, the solution of first order difference equation, what is the objective of this solution? The objective of solving difference equation is to find out the time path or yt. It will be free from any difference, which is similar to the solution of differential equation where the objective was to find out the time path that is free from any differential. That means you have to make the equation difference free in case of difference equation, and you have to find out the time path, that is yt. There are two popular methods, iterative method and general method. Very quickly we will go for iterative method because general method is the more popular and we need to know for further analysis the general solution. Now take one example. First of all, we will do one solution through iterative method. The given example is yt plus 1 minus yt equal to 2. You have to solve it and the value of y0 is given. Now why the value of y0 is given, I will come at the end of the solution. First start the solution of this equation yt plus 1 minus yt equal to 2. So you can see there is a 1 period gap. So this is a first order difference equation. We can rewrite this equation as y1 equal to y0 plus 2. So here also the gap is 1. Similarly for y2 we can write y1 plus 2. And now once again replacing the value of y1 which was given y0 plus 2, we will get the third equation. Similarly for y3. So every time you can see we are just replacing the values with regard to value of y0. So in this way we will come to t period, that is yt equal to y0 plus t2. This is the time path of this difference equation. Now you can see the objective is fulfilled here. That is, we got the time path, that is yt, and there is no difference. That means t plus 1, t, these things are not there. Only yt equal to given. Now, as I told you in the beginning, I will discuss about y0 at the end. What is y0? Y0 is the initial or current value. So, by looking at the current value, you can find out the trend. You don't need to take any other y values for getting the time path. That's why always we are trying to convert the values with regard to y0, that is the current value which is given to us and we are aware of. So this is the solution by iterative method, yt equal to 15 plus 2t. So you can, here one example is given, you please solve it, and some more example you can take from Chiang. And if you face any problem, you can talk to me. The time I have already given to you. Now take a special type of difference equation, that is homogeneous difference equation and its solution. I hope you are not forget about that homogeneous differential equation. So same concept is applicable here. Here only the differentials are replaced by differences. You can look at the example m yt plus 1 minus n yt equal to 0. So here we have taken yt plus 1 and yt in the equation. So the gap is 1. That's why it is a first order difference equation, and the form is m yt plus 1 minus n yt equal to 0. That's why it is homogeneous one. M, n are the constant. Now start the solution. So we will do it by iterative method. Before going to the method, you have to simplify the equation as myt plus 1 minus nyt equal to 0. Now just take the second part of the left hand side to the right, as well as the coefficient of yt plus 1, that is m, to the right hand side. You will be getting yt plus 1 equal to n by m yt. So this is the simplified version of the given homogeneous difference equation. Now we will apply iterative method to this. Now use the iterative process, replacing t plus 1 by 1, you will be getting y1 equal to n by m y0. Similarly for y2, it will first come in the form of y1, then replacing the value of y1, you will be getting n by m square y0. Similarly for y3, in this way we can go up to yt equal to n by m to the power t y0. Now one extra line I have added, that is yt equal to capital A b to the power t. Here just we have replaced y0, that is the current value, by arbitrary constant a, and arbitrary value, not constant, arbitrary value a, and n by m is replaced by b, nothing else. just to represent it in a simplified manner. So this is the solution for a homogeneous difference equation. So you have to remember it, or otherwise you have to derive it every time. So this is the formula you can memorize. If the equation, the homogeneous equation as it was given, the solution will be yt equal to a b to the power t. Yt is the time path and there is no differences present in the right hand side. So this is the solution, and a is the any value or it is y naught, right? B equal to the constant with the equation. Now we will go to the second method of solving first order differential equation, that is the general method or general solution. General solution consists of particular solution and complementary function. These 2 points are also discussed in the solution of differential equation, and the symbols also we have used yp for particular solution and yc for complementary function. So what is particular solution? Once again I am repeating it. It is the solution of complete non-homogeneous part, that is particular solution. Once again, particular solution is the solution of complete non-homogeneous part. And what is complementary function? It is the general solution of the reduced form of equation, and there is a similarity between reduced form and homogeneous. I am not discussing once again here. You go back to your differential chapter and read it. Things are clearly mentioned there. Now how to start? So let us take one example. Yt plus 1 plus ayt equal to c. So it is not a homogeneous equation, it is a generalized difference equation. So general solution, as I have told you, there are 2 parts, one is yc and one is yp, that is complementary function and particular solution respectively. So initially we will be doing the complementary function solution part. So how to do it? What is complementary solution? As I told you, there is a similarity between the solution of complementary function and the solution of homogeneous. We have to take the homogeneous part of this equation. So the equation is given you yt plus 1 plus ayt equal to c. So for complementary function solution, we will be considering first yt plus 1 plus ayt equal to 0. You can go back to your slide 9 and can check. From there we have got the solution as yt equal to a b to the power t. So I am not repeating the solution. You go back to, if you are not clear, you go back to slide number 9 and find out once again how we got the value yt equal to a b to the power t. This is the solution for the homogeneous equation. So this relationship can be used for solving our given equation. What's our given equation? Or for complementary function, it is yt plus 1 ayt equal to 0. Now in place of yt plus 1, we will use the solution for homogeneous difference equation, and as well as for yt also we will be using the solution for the difference equation homogeneous part. So what is the solution? Yt equal to a b to the power t. Now first of all, put this relation in yt plus 1. So you have to just increase the t value by adding plus 1. So what is the solution? For t plus 1, it will be a b to the power t plus 1. So I have written here, you see the last equation in this slide. The first part of the equation a b to the power t plus 1. Now come to the second part. What is the second part? Second part is ayt. Now you will put yt value from the homogeneous solution part. Directly we have to come to yt equal to a b to the power t. Only coefficient a is with that. So finally the complementary part solution of this given equation is a b to the power t plus 1 plus small a capital A b to the power t equal to. Now a b to the power t plus 1 plus small a capital A b to the power t equal to 0 is the solution for the complementary function. Now we can simplify it. Just take a b to the power t common and take it to the right hand side, then you will be getting b plus a equal to 0, and once again b equal to minus a. Thus the complementary function can be rewritten as yt equal to ab to the power t equal to a minus a to the power t. Now come to the second part, that is the particular solution or yp. Now what you have done there in your differential chapter, you have taken certain values of y for the particular solution. Particular means a particular value of y. So for taking the particular value, the simplified value is taking any constant. So gradually we will be relaxing it. So let us start with the simplified value of y, that is yt equal to k, where k is the constant. So if yt equal to k, then what will happen with yt plus 1? It will also be k, because there is no t term on the right hand side. So when yt is equal to k, so yt plus 1 will also be equal to k. Now come back to your given problem. Your given problem was to solve the equation yt plus 1 plus a yt equal to c. As we have done in the case of complementary function, first of all we will replace the first term, and then we will be replacing the second term. What is first term? Yt plus 1. What is the value of yt plus 1 here? It is k. And the second part is ayt. So a will remain as it is. In place of yt, you will write yt equal to k. So the equation can be rewritten as k plus ak equal to c. Now simplify it, take k common, and then k equal to c by 1 plus a, which is nothing but the particular solution, because we have taken yt equal to k. Now you got the value of k. So k equal to c plus 1 by a is nothing but the particular. So how to write the general solution? General solution is equal to yc plus yp. That means complementary function solution plus particular solution. So we have already got the value of particular solution and complementary function. I have just replaced it. So all of you please write down first the equation, then you go through, otherwise you will not able to follow. So this is the solution. Now one more thing you have to do here. What is that? A is an arbitrary constant. We can replace a by something. How to do it? So this is the procedure. So our general solution is yt equal to a small a minus to the power t plus c by 1 plus a. Just replace yt by y naught, because there is a relationship between y naught and the a that we have already discussed. So now we once again going back to y naught. So y naught equal to a minus a to the power naught plus c by 1 plus a. Simplify y naught, then y naught equal to a, and this part will be minus a to the power 0 part will be 1. So it will be just 1 plus c by 1 plus a. So take a on the left hand side, you will be getting a equal to y naught minus c by 1 plus a. So this value of a can be replaced in the general solution. So the final general solution can be written as yt equal to y naught minus c by 1 plus a minus a to the power t plus c by 1 plus a. Now what is the need of doing this? As I already told you, y naught is the current value. It will be given to you. So it will be easy for us to find out the time path without depending on any other value. So if you know the current value, you can easily find out the time path by this method. So this is the solution, a general solution. You can also be asked to calculate only the complementary function or only the particular solution, or maybe the. There are some limitation or restriction of this solution. You see the general solution. It is given as yt equal to y naught minus c by 1 plus a minus a to the power t plus c by 1 plus a. Now look at here how we can observe the restriction. if the value of a, which is in the denominator, that is c by 1 plus a, if the value of a is minus 1, so denominator, that is c by 1 minus a, 1 minus 1, so that will be c by 0, which is undefined. So this is the restriction. If the value of a equal to minus 1, so this kind of solution we will not be getting, then it will be undefined. So this type of solution is applicable with this restriction, a not equal to minus 1. So the y value will be constant. We can consider this restriction or this value with this restriction, a not equal to minus 1. So if it is equal to minus 1, then what will happen? In the next class we will be discussing that. Okay, so hope you have understood. Now do practice, do some more. Here some of the numericals I have given you for your practice. You solve these problems. If you face any problem, you can talk to me. And in the next class, we will be discussing some advanced cases of difference equation. Thank you.